What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Monday. Got a nice 5-game slate here tonight, and I get it broken down for you with 6 of my favorite plays on the slate. My money 6, some great value plays, and guys that can return just a lot on their current price tag. So before we get going, be sure to drop a like in the video if you're enjoying the content, and to keep it coming your way every single day. Let's try to get over 150 likes on this one. Greatly appreciate that if we can hit that. The support has been crazy on every single video. Really means a lot. So let's just hop right into it, though. Got some great information for you. Obviously, a big thing to target or kind of monitor throughout the day is this Kemba Walker injury. If he is out, that'll open up some good usage for guys like Batum, Jeremy Lamb in the lineup, and also if they start like Malik Monk. I'm not sure how they'll do with how they'll go about with the lineup. Like, I don't know if Tony Parker will start or Malik Monk. I guess we'll see. The good thing is that game is at 7 p.m. So we will get word before lock unless the Hornets are sleeping at the wheel. So let's just, like I said, first guy up, though, I'm going to go with Jokic here. He had a monster game against the 76ers with Jamal Murray out again in this game. I think Jokic is going to see a lot of shots again here. He definitely can get over 20, and when he's just that active in the offense, he has huge upside, as we've seen the last 2 games when he had 21 shots against the Jazz and 22 against the 76ers. He had 76 and 69 DraftKings points, so not a great matchup by any means here. Going against the Grizzlies, they are a pretty slow-paced team, but I feel like just how active and involved they are down low with guys like Marc Gasol and Jaren Jackson Jr. I feel like Jokic can absorb a lot of rebounds, have another big double-double, and he always has that assist ability, especially with Jamal Murray out. The offense will be running through him even more. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first guy. Then I'm going to go with Tobias Harris here at 8,000. Gallinari is likely out for this game. Doc Rivers came out and said that he's expecting him to be able to come back in the next few games, but probably not this game, and there's no really need to rush him back against the Atlanta Hawks anyway. So I think Tobias Harris can have another big-time performance here without the likes of Gallinari. He'll get some extra run, especially if this game does stay close. The Hawks have been keeping the games closer recently with some big-time performances from guys like Trae Young, John Collins, Torian Prince is finally getting some extra run, Deadman, so they don't have that bad of a lineup when their guys are on. It's just a matter if they can keep up with the high scoring. If they just don't falter offensively, like if Trae Young doesn't have one of his bad games, I think this game can stay close enough for Tobias Harris to have another big time performance against the Atlanta Hawks in just 33 minutes last time against them. He had a 24 and 8 and put up 42 DraftKings points. So I think he's a safe bet for 5 times value with the upside of like maybe 6 times value if this game can stay close enough like he got against Miami when he played 39 minutes. He had 50 DraftKings points. So a really good spot, high tempo game, and just bad defense all around here in both of these teams. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my second guy. And also the Clippers are in a back-to-back, so that can make the game stay closer as well. And for my third guy, Trae Young, I mentioned if he has a good game here, it's going to be a shootout. He's been playing a lot better recently besides this game against the Bulls. He still kind of filled it up, even though he shot 1 for 12. That's kind of a good, I guess, good little takeaway from that is that even though he shot so poorly, he was able to keep his value up to snuff. Like he put up 7 rebounds and 12 assists, and also they didn't pull him. They gave him a little bit of leeway in that game. So he does have that better floor nowadays. He's getting more consistent run, and also he's seeing a little bit more upside in his minutes with 32, 33, 34, 33, 34 in the last 6 or so games. So that's a little bit adding to his upside as well. He does have that good usage rate. He does put up a good amount of shots, and he is really involved with the assist rate as well with 8, 12, 6, 7. Definitely has some good upside in this matchup. And also the one game against them, he got a little extra run. He had 36 minutes, had 17 assists. I think that was probably his number 1 assist total of the year. And the Clippers are a team that give a lot of assists to point guards and a lot of DraftKings points. So at 6,700, I think people might be scared away from the price tag because he's so up and down. But this is going to be a really good game, I think, for fantasy points. And if he can catch fire again here, you can flirt with around 40 to 50 DraftKings points. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there. Definitely a great play in GPP because I love his upside if his shots are dropping. For my fourth guy, Darren Collison here at 5,900. The main thing with Victor Oladipo out this year, we've seen a lot of assists from a guy like Darren Collison. I mean, even last game, 32 minutes without Oladipo. Oladipo went down in this game against the Raptors as well. He had 9 and 8 assists in both of those games. Good for 36 DraftKings points in both of them. And he wasn't really active at all in that last game against the Grizzlies. It was a pretty slow pace, not much scoring, but against the Warriors here, they're going to need Darren Collison to be a lot more active, shooting a little bit more. Going against Steph Curry, and I think he'll be having that good assist number as well. So he has really good upside, I think, here. If they can just stay close to the Warriors and Darren Collison can have some shots dropping and the assist rate will be there again, I think he can get around 40 DraftKings points, can flirt with around 20 points and 8 or 9 assists, maybe even 10 assists in this game and give us some good value. So if this game stays close, like I mentioned, really good spot for Collison. I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my fourth guy. Then Trae Burke. He's going to be really chalky here, I'm imagining, but we had the injury with Frank Ntilikina last night. And it seemed like he won't be good to go here tonight just based on what I read. I didn't look too deep into it, but I'm just assuming on the back-to-back here with Ntilikina being hurt that they'll hold him out and Trae Burke will be starting here tonight. So going against the Charlotte Hornets also will get a bump if Kemba Walker is out here because he could be going against an older guy in Tony Parker, whose defense is not as good as it used to be when he was younger, obviously. Or against a guy like Malik Monk, who's more of an offensive player. So Trae Burke definitely has great upside whenever he's getting good run. He's a super involved as an offensive player. And if he catches fire, another guy here, similar to Trae Young, both of the Traes spelled differently, but both of the Traes here can catch fire and have huge games. I pretty much have said that with every single player here tonight in the plays, but that's just kind of how I feel about this. So Trae Burke, going to be chalky, obviously. But at 4,200, way too good of a price tag for a guy that just gets a lot of fantasy points per minute when he's out there, chucking up a lot of shots, and they can definitely drop for him. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my fifth guy. And for my final guy, this is kind of a leap of faith, but Bruno on the Grizzlies. Not really sure how to say his last name, but they call him the Brazilian KD. I know that. He's a younger guy. He had some short stints with other teams, but he finally got another chance here from the Memphis Grizzlies. Got a nice 10-day contract. He was playing fairly well in the G League. As you see here, he's averaging 16 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 blocks and steals per game in just 28 minutes. Obviously, it's tough to take anything away from that as it's the G League. But this is the guy that's always had an athletic profile that's really has good upside. I mean, he was called the Brazilian KD for a reason. He has a very good build. He played really well against the Pacers. He really did as much as he could in 29 minutes. He shot 3 for 5, 3 for 4 from 3, and 2 blocks and 1 steal. So he kind of forced the hand of the Grizzlies last game, and there's no reason why he can't get extra minutes again here if all the injuries continue the way they've been looking. So Omri Caspi, he's questionable here tonight. Obviously, if he plays, that will kind of hurt the play of Bruno. Kyle Anderson is questionable, and Garrett Temple is still out. Also, JaMychal Green, I think he was listed probable, but he only played 7 minutes last game, so I'm not really sure what's going on with him. He might be playing at less than 100%. So Bruno, he has the opportunity for around 25 to maybe even 30 minutes again here if he's playing really well. And also against this Denver Nuggets team, with Jamal Murray out, they didn't go with a true kind of lineup in the sense where they really didn't have a point guard out there. Will Barton got the start for Jamal Murray, and he's not a true point guard. So with the likes of a guy like Bruno, they might counteract with some more forwards here, which is the Nuggets lineup. It's pretty much filled with a bunch of forwards and only one real guard in Gary Harris. So Bruno, really good spot here, 3,400. If all those guys are out, like I mentioned, Caspi, Kyle Anderson, Temple is already out. But I'm assuming that Anderson won't be back. They said 2 to 4 weeks, and today is the beginning of the 2 weeks. So I'm guessing he'll be out. Obviously, Caspi is the one I'm not as 100% confident in. But at 3,400, we'll lock him in from now and wait for some information. That game is at 8 p.m., so hopefully we get some more word on Caspi and Kyle Anderson before the lock. But that gives us some great value as it puts us up to 5,500 remaining per player. And we have some great upside guys. Trae Young, like I mentioned, he could go for 40 to 50. Burke could go for 30, maybe even 40 if he catches fire. Tobias Harris could go for 40 to 50. Bruno could go for 20 to 25. I would say Jokic could go for 60, maybe even 70, and Collison could go for 35 or maybe even 40. So all great upside, and we still got some good money left over. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Drop a like if you did. You can comment any questions down below. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Like I mentioned before, follow me on Twitter for any updates on the plays. Kemba Walker injury, definitely another one, like I mentioned before, to keep an eye on throughout the day. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to get these NBA DraftKings picks. My money six of my favorite plays every single day. You don't want to miss out on the videos. And after you subscribe, hit the bell icon to get alerted every time I upload. So thanks for sticking around. Good luck here tonight. Hope you win some money. We'll see you back here again next time.